See who's in class, who's live. So lovely to have the opportunity to share an adapted yoga class with you. And so this is a chair yoga practice. And although, at some point I may teach a chair yoga practice that is integrated with possibly staying seated as an option or standing using the chair for balance. Today, the class is completely going to be done seated in the chair. And so for those of you who might be new to the class, checking it out for the first time or a few times, I trust that you'll be delighted to discover just how much we can do seated in a chair. And so with that in mind, I'd like to invite you, as always, to begin the yoga practice by finding a seated position where you feel comfortable. Okay. And so making sure you have whatever support that you need to facilitate that. Sometimes I like to have a rolled up yoga mat along my spine. That can feel amazing, supportive. One of the things that helps with is countering that collapsing that sometimes we do in our chest. And maybe just a suggestion that if you know balance is a challenge for you, to have what you need, whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair. We are going to, it's kind of like climbing a mountain. We start with a gentle practice, some breath awareness, gentle movement, warm up, and then we'll be moving into a place where we're, practice the movements of the spine. And so, just make sure that you have what you need to keep you stable in your chair. And so, sitting comfortably, invitation now, roll your shoulders back and down. And to maybe bring your hands into prayer pose at your heart center. So maybe palms open or palms together. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement of your hands. And so we never forfeit balance to come into a pose or movement. And then as you're ready, if you'd like, lift your heart to your hands. Bow your head to your heart. And an invitation to take a few moments to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. And setting aside whatever was going on for you before the yoga class for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. And then when you're ready, relax your arms down by your side or on your lap. Maybe even do a little wiggly fidget if that feels good. And so today, I thought that I would share a piece of writing that I find inspiring. And so I've had a special request by several students who love that I was sharing poetry and a bit of writing, either at the beginning of the class or at the end during our final relaxation. So this piece of writing that I'd like to share with you is by a writer, poet by the name of John O'Donoghue. And so I know I've shared it before, but I just never tire of reading it and kind of taking it in. So I hope it inspires. And so the poem or the piece of writing, it's referred to as an excerpt. It's called For Belonging. And so may you listen to your longing to be free. May you find harmony between your soul and your life. May there be kindness in your gaze when you look within. May you never place walls between the light and yourself. May you allow the wild beauty of the invisible world to gather you, mind you, and embrace you in belonging. So an invitation to close, maybe close your eyes softly, if that feels comfortable for you, or perhaps a soft gaze downwards. And so an invitation to notice maybe the alignment of your knees, hips, ankles, shoulders over your hips, chin in slightly parallel with the floor. And so our attention moves inward. Allow your facial muscles to soften and release. Bring a gentle awareness to your breath. So placing one hand on your yoga belly, if that's available to you and you would like. And maybe noticing that as we inhale, belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Maybe placing another hand on your chest and noticing the pattern of movement of the breath between your abdomen and your upper torso. Yeah, maybe explore switching hands, placement. And so an invitation now to see if maybe you could invite your breath to be just a little bit longer than it was when we began. And noticing the pattern of movement between the abdomen and our upper torso. Notice the length of the exhale. So when we lengthen our exhale, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of holding, stress, and tension. I'd like to invite you during your yoga practice, whenever possible, to bring your awareness back to this deep, easeful breath. And so if your eyes were closed, gradually blink your eyes. And so we are falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. And so I have a few notes for myself today, so I'm just gonna shift this around a little bit. And so I'd like to invite you to, if possible, find a space where you are supporting your own spine. And of course, if you need the back of the chair for support today, honor that. So also, if maybe move away from the back of the chair enough, again, if possible, if that's available to you, so that you're able to sit forward on your sits bones. So you might do a little bum dance or sits bones, the bones we sit on. And so an invitation now to lengthen your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your arms in your lap or by your side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And from here, I'd like to invite you to bring your hands together. Rub your palms together a little. And then take your hands apart. Notice a little warmth or heat between your hands. And rub your palms together again. And so there is research that shows what we've always known, that our hands are not only connected to our heart, but to our mind as well. And so I'd like to invite you to notice where in your body you're holding stress and tension, and see if you can bring some of that loving energy from your hands and place your hands on that part of your body. So allow your body to absorb the loving energy from your hands. And then rub your palms together again. And as you're rubbing your palms together, maybe notice, is there another place in your body that could use a little extra TLC? And bring your hands there. And so open to receive. And so take a moment, return to the breath. Notice, is it still long and smooth and easeful? So from here, what shall we do? Okay, so I would like to share a practice with you called toning. And so essentially it's sounding the three letters A, O, and M. And so of course we know that sound has a vibration. And so this is a practice that can help release some of the tension that we hold in our body. And it can be a really lovely way to connect with each other. And so here we go. So we're sitting up tall. When you're ready, reach, so we can add arm movements to this. You can reach your arm up to the sky, so as high as feels comfortable for you. And then on your exhale, as you lower your arm, make the sound A. 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 And so other side, reaching up to the sky. Letter O. O. Both arms reach up. Letter M. M. And so let's practice one more round. And I'd just like you to notice maybe if you feel a vibration in your body or the beautiful space around you. So here we go, reaching up to the sky. A. Inhale. O. Both arms reach up, letter M, lips slightly touching. M. And so take a few moments, notice the effects of the toning. And so let's take a deep breath, those 3 times in your own time and rhythm. And so moving forward, let's transition into a gentle warm up for our neck. And so moving our head gently, I'd like to invite you to bring your chin gently towards your chest. And so when you feel your neck is ready, turn a soft gaze looking up towards the ceiling. So maybe your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. And so we'll keep this gentle movement flowing for our cervical spine. And then as you're ready, finish up the movement that you're on, bring your head back center, and then an invitation to take one ear towards your shoulder. And then move your head back and forth. So you're still sitting up nice and tall. Your breath is smooth and deep and easeful. And finish up the movement that you're on. Bring your head back to center. And then an invitation to turn a soft gaze looking towards your shoulder. Right, only turn your head as far as feels comfortable for you. And then when you're ready, turn your head from side to side, as if nodding no. When you're ready, finish up the movement that you're on. Take a moment. And so we're going to continue down along the spine with a movement called cat and cow. So a warm up for our thoracic, particularly area of our spine, our upper back. So as you're ready, an invitation to round your back. So as you round your back, draw your chest in. So it's as if our sternum's moving to the back of our ribs. And then when you're ready, so in your time, sternum moves forward, lifts, open up your solar plexus, your heart, your throat. And we'll continue this warm up for our back. So this is cat and cow. So as you round your back, you might notice that our hands naturally slide towards our knees. And on the inhale, so breathing in, and slide towards our head. So in your own time and rhythm, for a few more breaths, or as long as feels comfortable, an invitation to keep this gentle warm up for our spine flowing. And so with you facing me, continuing, however, I'm just going to turn sideways on the chair so that those of you who would like a visual maybe get a better idea what's going on with the movement. So the inhale, we're arching. So this is the cow piece. And on the exhale, rounding the back. So sliding your hands along your thighs doesn't feel good for you. I'm going to invite you to explore maybe just hovering above your legs. So finish up the movement that you're on. Come on back to a neutral spine. And so sitting up nice and tall, I'd like to invite you to reach one hand towards the earth. So towards the floor. Reach as if you're reaching to pick something up. You take hold of the opposite side of the chair. And so we want to keep both sits bones on the chair and our shoulders lined up with shoulder. So move towards your 50%. Shoulder lined up with shoulder. If it's helpful, you can imagine you're seated between two panes of glass. And then we're going to move from side to side. So you might find it helpful as you reach towards the floor to exhale. Inhale, come back center. Exhale to the other side. Or maybe it feels good to inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. If you are congested or you have an obstruction, breathe in whatever way you can, whatever feels good for you. And so you might notice that as we warm up, the movements become more easeful. Perhaps we're able to go a little bit deeper. When you're ready, come on back to a neutral spine. Take a moment or two. You notice, has anything changed energetically for you since we began the class? Notice the effects of the movements. And so from here, I'd like to come into where should we go? So I think from here, I'd like to share a practice called sun breath. So it's a lovely, gentle heart opener and a meditation on the heart. And so when you're ready, so you're sitting up nice and tall, you're ground down through your feet, centering ground through the soles of your feet. Maybe that you ground down through your sits bones. Spine is long, shoulders back. So an invitation now to bring your hands into prayer pose at your heart center. So maybe palms together, maybe palms open. Maybe it feels better to have your hands at your belly. And so as you're ready, extend your arms up and away. So I feel good with my arms a little lower than my shoulders. Maybe for you, your arms are reaching up higher, maybe lower. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back to your heart center or your belly. And so if you'd like to join me in keeping this gentle heart opener flowing, extending your arms out to the sides. And then as you bring your hands back to your heart or your belly, make soft fists. So that can be healing if you have arthritis in your hands. And so if you'd like, imagine the sun at your heart center. On your inhales, as you extend your arms up and away, imagine the radiant light of the sun radiating out all around you. And then gather that light and bring it back inside. So it's a symbol of the light that's always inside us. Inhale. This time, as you exhale, make a humming sound. This is called bumblebee breath. And so you might notice that bumblebee breath lengthens our exhale. Inhale. Relax your arms down by your side or on your lap, wherever feels comfortable for you. Allow your belly to soften and release. Your breath comes back to its natural rhythm. And so from here, an invitation to reach your arm up. So if it feels okay to reach up to your shoulder, in line with your shoulder, great. If not, lower your arm. So we don't want higher than our arm. Shoulder, pardon me. So whatever works for you. And then turn your palm face up. With a soft bend in your elbow, extend your arm away from you. Bring your arm back center. Palm face down, release. So other side, reach up, spiral your palm open. Moving with grace and ease, extend your arm away from you. Bring your arm back center. Palm face down, release. So we're going to continue the movement. And this time, if you're able to, if it feels okay for your neck, when you bring your arm out to the side, turn a soft gaze looking past your middle finger. If it doesn't feel good for your neck, keep a soft gaze forward. So we'll begin. Reach your arm up to your place. Spiral your palm open, soft bend in your elbow. So you have a soft gaze forward, or you're taking your gaze past your middle finger out to the side. Bring your arm back center, palm face down, release. Other side, reach up, spiral your palm open. Send your arm away from you, look past your middle finger. Bring your arm back center, palm face down, release. So let's just practice this a few more times. The movement, bring your arm out to the side if that feels okay for you. And we'll add a sound to the movement. And so the sound is shh. So my understanding, feedback, and what I've learned from my students over the years is that the sound shh can help with spasms. I have an intention tremor, so I am aging, and that's very common. It's not life-threatening. We all tremor as we get older, sometimes more or less, and generally it's on the dominant side of our body. And so I find that making the sound shh helps with my tremors. And so don't take my word for it, investigate. Notice how you feel. And so here we go. Reach up, spiral your palm open. So soft gaze forward or looking past your middle finger. Extend your arm away from you, making the shh sound. Bring your arm back center. Palm face down, release. Other side, reach up. Turn your palm face up. Exhale, shh. Bring your arm back center. Palm face down, release. Relax your arms by your side, then on your lap. And again, just taking a few moments. Notice how's your breath, our old friend, our breath. Notice any subtle sensations. Trust that the sensations are there. It's not going to be a rocket ship across the sky. And so I'm curious, for those of you who are live, can you hear the birds? Yes? Some of you can. They're not super loud or anything. It's just a little bird song in the background. And so lovely to be able to connect with Mother Nature during our yoga practice. So I'd like to invite you during your practice that you have some connection with Mother Nature. That can be really grounding. So if you're in your home, it might be a plant, maybe a fur baby, maybe it's a stone or something that you've brought in from your garden. And so that connection, so we tend to lose our connection with Mother Earth. And so it can be really grounding to have something that's Mother Nature, Mother Earth. And so, yeah, lovely to be outdoors here. So from here, I'd like to invite you to transition into a side bend. So we are going to take hold of the underside of the chair or wherever you need to feel stable and balanced. So this is a place where if you need, if you know balance is a challenge for you, have whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair. And so extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open. So I'll give you 3 alternatives for placement of your arm. So it might be that your hand is at your hip. Maybe it feels okay to reach up, take your hand to your shoulder, or reach up and over. So whatever works for you. So today on this side, I'm just going to take my hand to my shoulder. So let's Come into the side bend. So you're holding on to the underside of the chair. Extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open. Inhale, take your arm up to your place. Exhale, bend. Keeping sits bones on the chair. Turn a soft gaze, looking down towards the earth, towards the floor to release your neck. And breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And as you're ready, come out of the pose on this side. So take hold of the underside of the chair, extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open, reach your arm up to your place, and then come into your side bend. Breathe into your rib cage. Can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? Come out of the pose on this side. So let's come into this one more time on each side. I feel like my belly button's exposed. So readjust if you need to, repose, do whatever you need to do to feel comfortable. Actually, we're sitting up nice and tall. Take hold of the underside of the chair, extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open. Take your arm to your place. Into the side bend, turning a soft gaze down towards the floor to release your neck, if that feels comfortable for you. Come out of the pose on this side. Take hold of the underside of the chair wherever you need to feel stable and balanced. Extend your opposite arm, spiral your palm open. Reach up to the sky and bend. Side stretch. Feel you're creating space in your rib cage. Come out of the pose on this side. Take a moment. Let your belly soften. Let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And so I'd like to transition now into a practice called sun salutations. So sun salutations, I feel are fun. They can be a little heating, strengthening. And so a gentle reminder that if anything I share with you doesn't feel comfortable, skip it. Might be as an alternative that you visualize the movement. So imagination is powerful. And so I'm trusting that you're all taking good care, and I will do my best to guide you. And so here we are. We're sitting up tall, ground down through your feet, centering ground through the soles of your feet. Or ground down to your sits bones, noticing where your bum and thighs are in contact with your seat. Lengthen your spine, shoulders back and down, chin in. So take your arms out to your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands to your heart center. Bow your head towards your heart. That gives us a little nerve flossing for our neck. Reach your arms up to the sky. So gentle back arch. Lift your heart. Bend from above your shoulder blades. Hinging from the hips, taking hold of the underside of the chair wherever you need to feel stable and balanced. Come into a forward fold. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. Pushing down through your inner heels. So it might be an energetic pushing down. If you need to walk your feet forward a little, do. One hand on each knee or thigh. Come back to a neutral spine. So arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Open up your armpits, get bigger in space. Take your hands to your heart center, bow your head to your heart. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. Lift or open up your heart. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. Tuck your chin in slightly to release your neck. As ready, pushing down through your inner heels. One hand on each near thigh if you'd like. Come back to a neutral spine. From here, we're going to come into warrior one. So it might be that some of you will visualize the movement. So alternatively, if possible, take your leg under the front of the chair. Reach your arm up. So it could be along your ear, goalpost, maybe at the hip, you choose. Float your arm down, step your foot forward, hinging from the hip. So we're going to come into downward facing dog. So for this version, I'd like you to place your forearms on your lap, tuck your chin in slightly, lengthen your spine. Let's come into baby cobra now. So of course, all these movements are modified. So our lower our upper body a little, and then lift your sternum. So sternum moves forward, lift your solar plexus, your heart. Let's come into forearms on the lap, lengthen your spine, chin in. Pushing down through your inner heels. One hand on each near thigh, come back up to a neutral spine. So visualize stepping your leg under the front of the chair. If possible, step your leg under the front of the chair. Reach your arm up to the sky or wherever feels good for you. Float your arm down. Step your foot forward. Arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Reach up to the sky. And so maybe this time our hands come together in prayer. So I'd like you to bring your hands towards your heart center to visualize a waterfall. So let's practice a few more rounds. So we're good to go. Arms by your sides, spiral your palms open. Take your hands to your heart center. Bow your head to your heart. Hinging from the hips, take hold of the underside of the chair. Come forward with a flat back. Tuck your chin in slightly, lengthen your spine. Pushing down through your inner heels. Place one hand on each near thigh. Come back up to a neutral spine. Visualize or step your leg under the front of the chair. Reach your arm up to the sky. Float your arm down. Step your foot forward. So this time is an alternative for downward facing dog, placing your forearms on your lap. If you'd like, explore reaching your arms on a diagonal. So your hands reach towards where the ceiling meets the wall. So feel that nice diagonal line. Baby cobra. Hands on your thighs, lower your upper body. And lift your sternum, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat. Downward facing dog. So two alternatives. So it might be forearms on your lap or arms on a diagonal. Hands reach towards where the ceiling meets the wall. So you're coming back up. Float your arms down. And then when you're ready, come on back up to a neutral spine, arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky. And maybe our hands come together in prayer down through to the heart. So actually, I think I'm going to end the sun salutation there. We'll place one hand on our belly, the other on our chest or heart center. And take a rest. So notice how you feel. So in yoga, really, it's not about what the form looks like or the movement. The diagnostic tool is asking ourselves, how do I feel? And so no judgment. Yoga meets us exactly where we are. And so moving on, I actually like to come into a movement called body tapping. And so I'd like to invite you to tap the outside of your legs, your thighs, and then coming forward as far as feels comfortable for you. All right, making sure you're stable in your chair, and then tap coming up the inside of our legs. And so tap down the outside, tap, come back up the inside. And now let's reverse. Let's start from the inside, tapping down to wherever you can reach comfortably, and then tap up the outside. Tap, 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 tap. And one last time, tapping, coming down, up. And then upper body, a few little love taps. I love me taps. So because I love me, I can love all of you. So this morning I spent some time with a mentor, a friend actually, who's become a friend, and I'm reminded to how important it is, how self-care, self-nurturing is. And so there, so much of the yoga practice is, from my perspective, is moving away from that place where we're going a million miles an hour, which a lot of us are, and finding some place of balance. So constant dance. And so making sure that we're taking care. And so I'd like to invite you to think of the yoga practice as your gift to you. And so from here, I'd like to transition now from, I'd like to come down off the mountain and into a place where we're going to move into a little more rest and digest. And I'm actually going to turn my phone so that the sun isn't beating down on me as much. And so hopefully that'll be lovely. I'll have a view of the trees and the back 40 and so on. So I'd like you to find that comfortable seated position. And move it maybe this way a little bit. I don't know. And so find a body position that is comfortable, but still allows you to remain alert. And so an invitation to bring a gentle awareness to your breath. So feel free to close your eyes softly or soften your gaze downwards. And so breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. So breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. And so I'd like to share 2 other practices with you. If the breathing doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for everyone. If it does, wonderful. Continue with that breath awareness. So alternatively, I brought a few notes with this. So you might notice a gentle sense of gravity pulling your shoulders down away from your ears, grounding you down to your feet. And so feeling that connection with Mother Earth. And alternatively, a third practice that you might enjoy is bringing your awareness to the sound around you. And so you're noticing the sound furthest away from you. And then bringing your awareness to the sound closest to you. So you might be able to hear the sound of your breath, maybe the sound of your heart. And then bring a gentle awareness to the sound in between, furthest away and closest to you. And so whichever practice you've chosen that works best for you, so the breath, awareness, the sense of gravity, helping to connect us with Mother Earth, or the sound, sounds around you. Take a few moments and we'll sit together for a few breaths. So whatever practice you've chosen, grounding, bring your awareness back to your breath. If your eyes were closed, gently blink your eyes open. And so now I'd like to invite you again. So there's a little bit of breeze here. So you're sitting comfortably, but this time I'd like to invite you to, even if you want to lean back in your chair, if you have the ability to recline in your chair, go for it. And I'd like to invite you to place your hands on your belly. So one hand on the other, and then massage your belly. And so moving clockwise. So soft yoga belly. Essentially, we're massaging our organs, our liver, gallbladder, our stomach. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, you might move forward a little bit, take your hands to your lower back and give your lower back a little massage. If you're blessed with a yoga buddy, perhaps your yoga buddy with your guidance, you can place your hands wherever you'd like, or their hands, setting an intention of loving kindness. And maybe reaching up a little further where kidneys and adrenal glands live and sending them some love. And then when you're ready, sitting up tall, sweep your hands forward. So inhale, let, exhale, go. Inhale, let, exhale, go. So from here, I'd like to share another practice with you that I discovered this year that I love. And so another way for us to calm our nervous system. And so when you're ready, if possible, reach across to your eyebrow, and then sweep. So above your eyebrow, sweep along your eyebrow And then down behind your ear, along your neck, your shoulder, and then sweep down your arm. And we'll move to the other side. So you're sweeping along your eyebrow, maybe along your temple if you'd like, soften your temple, and then sweep behind your ear with your fingers, down along your neck, your shoulder, and then sweep down your arm. So I'll just do this a few more times. So sweep across, down behind your ear, your arm. And one last time. Oh. And then lastly, maybe an invitation to rub your palms together a little. Place your hands, so cup your eyes lightly. And so you're not putting pressure directly on your eyes. You're just allowing the warmth of your hands to soften behind your eyes. And we'll just take a few breaths here. And then maybe shift your eyes from side to side. And relax your hands down on your lap or by your side. And I think from here we'll transition into the final relaxation. And so finding that comfortable seated position. Again, if you have the ability to recline, go for it. A little bit of weight on our thighs can be grounding, can help with fatigue. And so whatever you'd like to set yourself up comfortably. And so an invitation to roll your shoulders back and down. So this is not a scrunch up towards our ears. Essentially, we're allowing our shoulders to soften away from our ears. Relax your hands in your lap, palm face down or palms face up. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. And so eyes are closed softly, focused inward, or soften your gaze. Soft palms, soft yoga belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow the breath to reflect the pose. Serenity pose. Relax your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. It's challenging to quiet the mind. Placing our hands on our belly and bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. So without changing anything, bring your awareness back to your breath. Thank your body again. And so our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And now see if you can begin to deepen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. So you might wiggle your fingers. And then I'd like to invite you to take a look around the space that you're in and name 3 objects that you see. So to bring us back. And so thank you, everybody. Notice how you feel before and after yoga. Questions or feedback, always love to hear from you. So I'm going to hang out for a few minutes after class, and I know Kasser is going to set it up so that we can maybe have a conversation with each other. And so feel free. Janet, I can't see, but I'm happy for you, love. I see you smiling. So
You see that it's a scar, 2 scars on my on my left hand.
Yeah, it's too shadowed or dark for me. I can't see.
Oh,
Yeah, but I can imagine, love.
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
sore.
Aw.
It's really stiff, you know. I've got a, you know, it's really, really sore.
Mm,
And the bandage isn't, you know, the bandage is rough now.
right. Yeah. So it's going to take a while to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So giving yourself permission to take that time and heal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, how challenging it must have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So great that you're back in class, love.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Only do what feels comfortable for you, love. I know you know how to take care.
Okay.
Hi, Mercedes. No worries. Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, love. Are
Yeah.
you still in Vancouver or did you go back?
I'm back in Vancouver.
Oh, good. To stay? Or?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would never have thought coming back, but it's so beautiful here
Yeah, for
compared
sure.
to LA. So hot there.
We're doing what?
Hot, very hot.
Oh, yeah. Hot. Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
So,
here is so beautiful.
yes, it is for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay
It's
cool,
great.
love. Yeah. Take
Yeah.
care.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
I will
Bye,
see you guys
Arthur.
next week.
Both of you.
Bye.
See you soon.